until now, advertisers have had to rely on the market research provided by the industry or on traffic counts, pedestrian counts, to demonstrate reach and frequency. They haven't had a measurement tool which they have direct access to make it easy for them to plan their media campaigns. The introduction of the MOVE audience measurement system is going to be the next major turning point for the industry. This is a tool that they have been after for a long time. It's going to give advertisers and media agencies the proof they've needed to demonstrate that their ads are reaching their target audiences.
Well, in Australia there are media measurement systems already and have been for years, as we know, for television, for radio, for newspapers and magazines. When you think about it, there's single unit media. There's only one thing you're looking at, the television set. And we're trying to measure all the things that you and I see as we walk down the street, ride in the car, in the bus or in the train in terms of signs. So it's much greater in its scope. And we're also trying to measure not just the fact that we went past it, but that we actually saw it, which is a relatively new concept in the sense of not just bums on seats, we're going one step further.
The importance of a robust audience measurement in outdoor for planning and buying of media is absolutely critical. We can't rely just on gut feel and past experience. Certainly advertisers invest millions of dollars in out of home, and therefore having that audience measurement system is critical for the future.
We want to know what the bang for our buck is. You know, we can do our own internal research that can ask many people about whether they've seen a particular sign, whether they've heard a particular spot, whether they've seen something on us. But we also want to know, do people recognise a sign as they're driving down the road or around the corner?
We know as planners that outdoor is a more passively consumed medium than TV or magazines, for example. We know that the advertising is less intrusive. And now we have a system that quite accurately can measure not only how many people in a given audience are passing a sign, but how many are likely to actually look at it.
The way MOVE system will be used by the media buyers is we'll receive a proposal from the media owner saying buy these particular sites. We'll be able to analyse exactly what that campaign will deliver. What it'll allow us to do would be to look at the proposals from the different media owners, put them together, mix them and match them, and determine which combination delivers the most effective and the most efficient campaign for our client and their communication objectives.
The system we're building here is a world first because we are trying to measure all the formats that we are selling in the industry. Most of the systems overseas concentrate on one format, perhaps the dominant one like billboards or posters. We're trying to cover all the formats that all the people in the industry sell as advertising spaces, and that is a world first.
The introduction of the audience measurement system should make a big difference to our market share. I'd anticipate that our market share should grow by maybe 1% per year, up to about 7 to 8% in the foreseeable future.
Zenith is a model that I personally started developing about 25 years ago. There's two large databases. There's a database of the land use in a city, where are the schools, where do the people live, what's their income, information that we can source readily from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The second large database is the transport system within the city, the public transport system, where the train stations are. A third element of the model is household travel surveys. We've got access to thousands of these, and they yield a rich amount of information, and we from that are able to calibrate relationships that interact with our Zenith software, which pulls all those three elements together.
Sitting on top of that are the bits that are missing from that government data. Things like airports, shopping centres, railway concourses, and one of the most important parts is the eye tracking software that converts those opportunities to see a sign to the likelihood.
The eye tracker works basically by having a pair of glasses that participants wear. It has two cameras mounted on top of the glasses. One captures the scene they're looking at. The other actually shines an infrared beam onto their pupil, and we get a cornea reflection off that recorded onto cassette. Really the thing that makes it so effective or definitive is that we're basically seeing through the participants' eyes. So we're seeing exactly what they're looking at. Where that's important is quite often if we actually survey people, they're often not aware of what it is they were looking at any particular time. With the eye tracking, we know exactly what it is they have actually looked at, no matter what they've told us.
There's no point in building the mousetrap unless it catches all the mice. And we've gone to a lot of trouble to ensure that what we are building will be world first-class practice. And in doing that, we've involved the advertising industry itself. That is, the people who buy from us as well as the people who are selling the space, to make sure that it is an information system that works for everybody in the marketplace.
The outdoor industry has undertaken a lot of joint projects in recent years, but none so big as Move. It's required us to invest some $5 million to get the project happening. It's involved a lot of people's times and involved a lot of stakeholders.
Just think of it in terms of other media. Imagine if Roy Morgan came out tomorrow and said that their readership figures would now include factors to determine the relative likelihood to see a double page spread over a full page colour, or to determine the value of positional loadings in magazines. That would be an incredible change for the industry.
I think Move will actually set the pace globally for how we measure out-of-home media. And the reason I say this, it is the only system I'm aware of that measures all formats.
Outdoor advertising is one of the last true broadcast mediums, and with people spending a lot more time outside the home, the exposure to target audiences is getting that much greater.